So Ode Osbourne clearly does not get paid by the hour. 61 seconds to get it done, man. Just talk to you. I mean, how happy are you with that performance? I mean, absolutely fantastic.
I couldn't have been happier, honestly. Like I said, I feel like I'm definitely blessed. It's surreal, it's a surreal moment. A lot of things, $12 an hour is what I used to make, being an assistant teacher, and I made 50 grand bonus. I was just like, whoa, that you know what I mean? It's like it's just I'm still speechless by it.
I love it. Yeah, you mentioned that performance bonus that you got. Well deserved, of course, man. You going to do something like that. Any plans for it? I mean, you got to save a little bit, I'm sure, but are there any little toys out there? Any little celebration thing? A little spoil yourself a little bit?
Uh, if you know me, I'm big into crypto, so it's most of it's going into Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, nothing that I can think of yet because I've been so focused on the goal. You know what I'm saying? My resting place, which is becoming a champion. And I've learned from my past mistakes, so I try not to make the same mistakes as I did in the past. But I'm looking to buy a condo here pretty soon. So that's the first thing in Vegas. So that's my first thing is being able to buy afford a place to live. Right now, I'm staying with one of my managers. So just having a place of my own will be nice.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And real estate always a solid investment as well. So Vegas
Yeah,
full time now, right? Not just here for training camp, but actually full time.
full time, man, full time.
I love it, man. There's so many great things happening. The Performance Institute. Now you can take short notice fights. I mean, there's all kinds of opportunities.
So
I did
much.
want to, yeah, talk to me about fight week, man, because obviously the performance was great, right? I mean, the fight itself was great, but I just thought all week long, man, you seemed so relaxed, so engaged. I mean, so happy. It just, I don't know, man. Is it as simple as relocating training camp? I know you give a lot of credit to your coaches and all that, but is it that simple? Is there something else going on? Because it just feels like, I don't know, man, you're so present right now.
Yeah, I think I've just found my stride finally. My very first head coach passed away in 2015, and I've just been like almost like trying to find the same energy, the same gym, the same coach as I had, and I realized I'm never gonna find another coach like Reese, but I'll at least get someone close to that and an environment close to that. And Syndicate is so close to what I had in 2015. And I had never lost a fight, amateur or pro, under Reese because the environment. I'm that person. Like I don't need people yelling at me and telling me that I should do that, I shouldn't do this. You know what I'm saying? I need someone to make my strengths stronger and trust in my abilities and let me fight like me. Let me be the Jamaican sensation. And that's what John does. He's like, hey, you know what I mean? For me, the ideal coach is less is more. Just let me fight. That's you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like I know this is, I'm not trying to sound like egotistical, but I don't need all these directions. Like I'm because I am a reactionary fighter. We worked all the stuff. We worked everything you train and you develop and you work. You're supposed to show in the cage. So let me show it. That's my thing. Let me figure it out. Let me do me. And that's what John Wood is. Like I said, he's good at allowing his fighters to be themselves. He's not trying to live vicariously. Like, hey, this is how I used to fight, so I'm gonna make you fight like this. He's like, too many coaches are like that, and I think that's the biggest problem in MMA, and that's the biggest problem with a lot of the coaches. I'm a fighter that I don't really like to fight with my hands down, and a lot of coaches that's a huge no-no. They're like, oh, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Every gym I went to, oh, keep your hands up, hands up, hands up, and just like, bro, like that's textbook. Fighting was invented by humans, human beings. There's no real way. If there was a move that could beat all moves, everyone would be a champion. There's no such thing. You just gotta let the person be themselves. And like I'm finally like myself. I finally get to be myself, and it's a great thing. And not just that, but I'm very well, I shouldn't say religious, but I believe in God heavily, and I've finally just like put my faith in God for everything. You know, I've always tried to dictate my future. You know what I'm saying? And I think I just let Jesus guide me and be like, you know what? I don't need to know what tomorrow is going to be like. I just got to live in today.
That's deep, man. And that's some great observations. You know, I think it takes a lot of people a long time to realize that, you know, as far as the coach and athlete relationship and being able to perform as they want to perform. So is this a realization that you just kind of came to recently, or did you know as you were bouncing around and as you were looking that you were like, this is the environment I need?
I've known that forever. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, I say this all the time with the airplane oxygen mask. I'm that person. I'm too nice. I'm always like putting that oxygen mask on everybody else around me instead of me, you know? So I'm like, all right, you know what? I just gotta like it'll work. I just gotta let it adjust, I just gotta settle in and let it work itself out. And eventually I was just like, you know what? I need to be the driver of my own ship. I need to be the pilot here because everyone else have been piloting my airplane for so long. I need to do what's best for me. And that's what I did. I was just like, you know what? I started doing what's best for me and just listening to me and just being myself.
I love it. By the way, the first time you ever said that, or I heard you say it, I had never heard that before, but it's such a great kind of life lesson, right? And for anybody that hasn't heard it, it's that, you know, when the oxygen mask come down on a plane, if it was having an emergency, they say you put the mask on yourself first before you take care of anybody else around you, even if it's, you know, and they say even if it's your kid, and, you know, I'm a parent. If your kid's sitting next to you, you know, the first thing you're thinking about is your kid taking care of that. They say, no.
Right.
Take care of yourself first, and then you can help other people.
Cause if you pass out, you put the oxygen mask on your kid, you pass out, then you can't help your kid. You know what I'm saying? Like the goal is to help your kid. Like the goal for me is to help children, to help the world. But I can't help kids. I can't help the world. I can't be a teacher unless I start applying myself first in order to have the strength, the glory to do these things, you know. And that's the biggest thing. And that's, I think a lot of people are like that. You're like that. I'm like that. Most people are like that. We want to, you know, apply the oxygen because we think that, okay, you know what, this, that, and the other thing, but we forget about ourselves a lot of the times, and we let everyone else kind of like rise above it, and then we forget. We kind of just slip back down into our seat, and all of a sudden we get back up. We're like, oh, hey, look, I'm here. Okay, I forgot about this. I forgot what this feels like.
I love that, man. Beautiful lesson. All right, well, let's look to the future. You had the call out ready, and a call out sounds rude, but Jeff Molina, that's a fight you wanted. By the way, as soon as you said it, sign me up. I love that fight. You two guys are exciting, man. I don't see how that fight wouldn't deliver. But why is that the fight that made sense to you? Because I don't think a lot of people are calling that guy out in the same way I don't think a lot of people are calling you out either. But I love that matchup. So why was that the one you wanted?
That's the difference between me and a lot of people. If you look at all the guys I fight, man, my managers, my thing is anytime they slide a name to my phone, I'm like, yes, let's fight. You know, I'm always trying to fight people because I'm always trying to prove that I am the best. You know what I'm saying? But I'm done telling people that I'm the best. I understand that I have to show. You gotta walk the walk before you can talk the talk. And I've been doing it backwards. I've been talking before I walked. And so now I'm not only going to walk, but I'm going to run full speed. And people are going to see. I don't have to say anything. They're going to just have to see that I am the best. And I think it's like this. When I saw that fight with Jeff Molina and Zumagulov, I was like, whoever won that fight, I was going to call out. That was already in my mind, because it's like this. If I call someone out, then they can't really say no. So I feel like, dude, you don't even know how many people I've tried getting to offering to fight, and they're like, oh, you know, no, I'm not the right fit. I'm not ranked. I'm not this. I'm not that. So I'm just gonna start trapping people, you know, put them in a box so they can't. But Jeff Molina isn't that kind of person. I don't believe. I think he's a gamer. You know, he'll fight anybody. So I was like, I was hoping he would win, because I figured like, yeah, he'll say yeah for sure. You know, and I like Jeff. I think he's a good fighter, and I think that's why I think it would be a great fight for the fans. Man, we gonna tear that thing up.
I'm in. Well, look, he said Ode can get it, so I think that's accept. You guys have the same managers, so I mean, is this done? I mean, there's no reason this doesn't happen, right?
There's no only way it doesn't happen if Jeff Molina doesn't allow it to happen. That's the only way it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like I said, we got the same manager. You know, like I said, I'm like, I want it. Let's go. You know, so the only way it doesn't happen is if he doesn't let it happen. Which if he doesn't, then he doesn't. No knock on him if he doesn't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not that kind of person that'd be like, oh, you don't want to fight me, yeah, and start talking trash on them. Like if they don't want to fight, I'll never force anybody to fight me that don't want to fight me. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't want to fight, then we, you know what I mean? We figure something else out. Like there's plenty of other guys that probably would well, actually that's a lie. There's not plenty of other guys because I've tried, but we'll figure something out.
I love it. I'm going to put the pressure on Jeff Molina. I want to see this fight, man. I think it'd be a great one. I just don't see how it wouldn't be entertaining. So what do you do in the meantime, Ode? I mean, are you kind of a right back in the gym on Monday kind of guy? Are you like, let me take some time off and go to yeah?
No, man. Yeah, because I've had, like I said before, behind closed doors, people don't know how many fights I've had pull out. You know, I've had 2 fighters that backed out on me before I got this fight with who did I just fight? Zarrukh. Before I got this fight with Zarrukh, I had 2, you know, so I've been training for like damn near 10 months, you know, 8, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, not to see, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. So 7 months I've been training for. So it's like, man, it's a long time. So I'm going to take some time, you know, just to kind of get my mental in check, settle a little bit, and, you know, my body rest up and heal. And then we'll get back in there, get back to the grindstone.
I love it. I look forward to it. Well, hopefully it's Jeff Molina. If not, I know it'll be another exciting fight because that's all you put on, my man. When do you see that? Is there a date on the calendar schedule? What's perfect for you?
Hopefully maybe September. I don't know. Like whatever God decides, whatever Jeff decides. I'm gonna let you know. I'm putting it all on Jeff Molina. Let him because I'm like, dude, I'm not picky. I can fight anytime, anywhere. I'm like, you know what I mean? So I want to make this as easy as possible, and I don't want anyone being like, well, you know, I didn't have enough time to prepare, or well, that month is my birthday. You know what I mean? I want them to be the one to choose. Like, I want all my opponents to be that way. Hey, you choose the time and let me know. You know what I mean? Because I want, in order to be a champion, right? I have to fight people at their best and beat them like in an impressive fashion at their best. And that's what I want. I want to beat people with an impressive victory and impressive fashion. So there's no doubt about it that I'm ready to wear the crown.
I love it, man. It's always nice to catch up with you. It's inspiring as well, man. You're motivating as well as entertaining as well. So I'll let you get back to enjoying your time off, and we'll see you again soon. And then we can hear the chant again, right? Ode, 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 Ode. I love it. It's catchy. I love it, man.
It's crazy. Like I didn't just come up with that. So when my hometown, every time I walked out, like the fans would just start chanting that out of nowhere, and I was just like, how did they come up with this? You know what I mean? Like literally every time I fought in Milwaukee or anywhere in Wisconsin, I'd walk out, in the local regional scene, I'd walk out and they'd be like, Ode, Ode. And I was just like, okay.
I love it. All right, well, let's put the challenge to the crowds. Wherever you fight next, we better hear that when Ode Osbourne is walking in. We better hear the chant. Right.